So, just before Christmas, I was very fortunate that I received this absolute beauty from a friend of the channel, and I put it together just before the start of Skeleton Crew, and I am absolutely loving that show. And I can say as well in this video, this is a spoiler-free zone, at least for the finale, so there won't be any spoilers of the finale in this particular video. So fear not if you are yet to watch the series finale of the Skeleton Crew, and if you haven't watched it yet, definitely go and watch it. I think this is a fantastic return for Star Wars to Disney Plus. But about this set in particular, I absolutely love it. However, when I first did the review, if you could call it that, of this set, there was one glaring omission that has now since happened, which is, of course, with the minifigures in this set. And a really nice minifigure lineup. I think all four of the kids look absolutely fantastic. They look really screen accurate. Neil, of course, still being my favourite, but I do like that KB figure as well. And Jod as well looks pretty good. Could they have done a better job with his sort of snood hood piece that we've become accustomed to over the sort of last couple of weeks of the show? Quite possibly, but the glaring omission in this set is the lack of the SM33 droid. Now, when I first did the review of this set, it was 2 episodes in, and I thought SM33 was long gone and therefore not an important character to have in this set, but it turns out, of course, that he is a very integral part of the show, and that is a bit of a shame that we didn't get him in this set. Now, last year I did a couple of videos about what I would like to see in terms of UCS sets for LEGO Star Wars over the next 5 to 10 years, and of course the Onyx Cinder was not part of that because it hadn't even come out. In fact, the Onyx Cinder was supposed to release this time last year in January of 2024, and it was delayed, and the show in turn was delayed as well, and hence why we're talking about it now. But I think this show does fit the bill of something that you could see a UCS set for, and there's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, a UCS set traditionally in the past was always an original trilogy set. Now, that is usually because it's an 18+ set and they usually cost quite a lot of money. Now, the people that would fall into the category of buying an 18+ rather expensive UCS style collectors set are people that were old enough to have disposable income, and those people traditionally over the last 10 years would be people that appreciated the original films. Of course, this has changed over the last sort of 10 years, and we are starting to see more different style UCS sets, whether it's the Venator from the Clone Wars, whether it's the Razor Crest from Mandalorian, and of course you've got Jango Fett's Slave One coming out on May the 1st. So there's of course a change in the way that UCS sets are being made and then purchased by the public as well, and it's where that Razor Crest is over the last 5 years that makes me sort of think and maybe hope that we could potentially see a Onyx Cinder UCS set within the next 5 to 10 years. Now, for those that have watched the show, I thoroughly expect there to be another Skeleton Crew set that comes out within the next year or so that has maybe an SM33 droid in it, and potentially an upgraded version of Jod, potentially with that hood or sort of snud piece around his neck. I certainly think that that is something they could do in some kind of play scale set, particularly to get those two versions of those characters together. Whether that's something we'll see from a current scene or maybe something that happens in the future, who knows, but I certainly think those two characters could be achieved. In terms of a UCS set, it's unclear, of course, what I would want to see from this set, other than you've got to see the 4 kids along with Jod and the SM33 droid. I think the biggest challenge as well with this set is potentially what fans would want to see if they have watched the first couple of episodes of the Skeleton Crew, and I won't obviously go into spoilers, but there is obviously an omission with the Onyx Cinder, which is of course that it can change shape, and I'm going to say that as vaguely as possible so that the people that have watched know exactly what I'm talking about, and the people that haven't watched it yet aren't spoiled with what could happen with this ship in the future. But of course there is a version of the Onyx Cinder that doesn't look like the version that I have on the desk right now. Now, that is something that is possible that they could do it in UCS form. I'm not entirely sure. It would be the first sort of UCS set of its kind that would maybe look like that. So that is where I see a stumbling block for this potentially being a UCS set. Now, could it be a play scale set in the future? Were we to get a second or third season of the Skeleton Crew and this set is long off shelves and a distant memory? That is, of course, possible as well. One thing I am sure about whether or not we would see a UCS Skeleton Crew Onyx Cinder set is the fact that I think they will continue to make a couple more sets of this particular Lego style for the Skeleton Crew. I think it's a fantastic show. It seems to have hit sweet spots for every single person that has watched it. I've seen very little in the way of sort of discourse online about this show. People seem to love it. I absolutely love it. I can't see them not tapping into these characters further down the line. It seems like a total win for them, and all credit of course must go to Jon Favreau and his team as well. It created another hit. I know things have been somewhat shaky with Star Wars on Disney Plus over the last few years, but I think he's done a fantastic job with this show. Really enjoying it, and I would be surprised if we don't see more Lego Star Wars Skeleton Crew stuff in the future. Could it be a UCS Onyx Cinder in the next 5 years? It's certainly possible. Let's just see what they come out with, but I really have loved this show. I thought it's been fantastic. Do drop a like on this video if you've enjoyed the Skeleton Crew, or if you've enjoyed this video. It is sincerely appreciated. Make sure you stay subscribed or following to the channel to make sure you don't miss any of the Lego Star Wars goodness that is coming over the coming months and weeks. We've got a lot planned in this particular space on the channel, so make sure you stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. If you've watched until this point, it is sincerely appreciated. I hope you have an awesome week, and I will see you in the very next video. Bye.